Let's turn to Google and their focus on micro moments, which they define as an intent-rich moment where a person turns to a device to act on a need to know, do, go, or buy. Our first one of these moments is the I want to know moment. And that's when something in your environment will trigger a need to find some information. So as it says on the slide, 66% of smartphone users often turn to their smartphone to look up something that they saw in a TV commercial, for example. We know these days that people use multiple screens together, so TV is not dead, but we need to have an integrated plan for these things. So curiosity can be triggered by anything and satisfied at any time. Micro moments like this can come up in conversations as well, when you quickly go to your phone to look up a fact. So this is when someone is not necessarily in buying mode. They want to explore, they want to research and find out more information about anything that may concern them. The next is the I want to go moment. And that's a typical situation where you grab your phone because you want to go to a particular place. So let's say, for example, you're on a holiday and you need lunch. You'll pick up your phone and you'll search for something near you, and near me searches has doubled in the past year. So those things are becoming more and more important. And of course, it is super important for any business to be able to be found on a search engine, whether that is Google or on Google Maps for that matter, because people are on the go, people are busy, and they are searching for stuff near them because they want to go and buy a local product, they want to go and see a local store. The I want to buy moment is, of course, when we are in a situation where you pick up your phone because you want to make a purchase. What we also know is that 82% of users, smartphone users, they also use or consult their phone while they're in store, and that could sometimes drive the consumer to a competing business if the information they find about the store that they're currently in does not satisfy them. So it's really important that you are there with the right information to seal the deal at the right time. Finally, we have the I want to do moments, and those are the typical how-to searches. How-to searches appears quite frequently on YouTube these days. It's growing by 70% year over year, and that's when you type in you want to see these little videos about how to do various type of stuff. It could be just about anything. An Australian business that does well with that is Bunnings, that have created a lot of small videos about how to do pretty much anything of using their products, of making home improvements or gardening or whatever it is. So this could happen either before or right after a purchase. You may have purchased a new complex product and you can't be bothered reading the manual. You just want to see a YouTube video of how to use it. Or it could be when your computer crashes and you want to look at how to fix it, and you type in how to on Google or on YouTube. So how do we address the consumer's micro moments? Well, first of all, you have to be there for the consumer. You have to anticipate that these micro moments are going to happen, and you've got to be there at the right time and the right place, online that is, when a micro moment may occur. So 90% of smartphone users are not absolutely certain about what specific brand to buy. So we are much less brand loyal these days than what we used to be, and 1 in 3 may switch to a competing brand based on what information they find in the moment. And these could be, small nuances of differences. Let's say, for example, that you're in a I want to buy moment, and then you go and you just Google whatever product that you were going to buy. You Google it and you find some review page and you read a couple of really negative reviews that the company has not responded to because they haven't maintained their what consumers are actually saying or talking about them online, and boom, there goes that sale, and it went to a competitor instead. But it's not enough to just be there. You also need to provide information that actually is useful to consumers. Only 9% of users will stay on a mobile site or an app if it doesn't really satisfy their need. So you need to half of consumers buy a brand other than what they intended because the information provided was useful. And 73% of us say that regularly getting useful information is the most important attribute when they select a brand. So you need to make sure that the information you provide is actually satisfying the needs. So you need to anticipate the micro moment and make sure that what you provide is of use to the consumer. And finally, you need to be quick. As Google say, they're called micro moments for a reason. So this has to do not just with like having a site or an app that loads quickly. Consumers get annoyed from that and they move on to the next one. But it's also a matter of having or enabling consumers to find the information they are looking for in a quick and efficient way. So if you look at the Google video that I asked you to view for this week, they are somehow obsessed by plumbers. It talks a lot about plumbers and situations where you quickly need a plumber, something happens in the house, your toilet breaks, whatever it is, and you need someone to come in and fix it right away. Now you don't have the time to do all that background research. You're straight into an I want to buy moment, and you'll go for the first and the best and the quickest. And you may do this on the run. You're out with your phone, and you're searching for plumber near me, and you may not even take the one that's the highest rated or the one that's on the top of the list. You may click on the one that has the little icon that says call immediately, because that was the one that was easiest and quickest for the consumer to engage with.